My name is McLaughlin. I am from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I am a fourth-year student here at the university studying dance within the College of Liberal Arts.
My name is Gabriella Granada. I'm from Chicago, and I'm a senior studying English.
My name is Catalina Anampa Castro. I am a third-year student at the University of Minnesota studying sociology in the College of Liberal Arts. I was born in Peru, and I moved to the United States when I was 3 years old. I started out as just a general member who could vote in the undergraduate student government. Then I moved up to be the chair of the Academic Affairs Committee. I was really excited about the possibility of expanding advocacy work beyond the Twin Cities campus. As the chair, I get appointed to the Student Advisory Committee, which is a committee that meets with the Office of Higher Education in Minnesota to talk about student issues that not just affect students at the University of Minnesota system, but also across the state. Becoming involved in a level of governance that would not just reach 30,000 students, but would reach 62,000 was something that I was really passionate about. It was, I think, eye-opening to get to speak with other people, some who lead the university as regents of the University of Minnesota, and have them genuinely be interested in my experience as a student and have them genuinely be interested in how I think we should go about making a decision. I think one of the great things about being a student in college is being able to become involved in different things that affect you as well as things that don't. I think you see a lot of engagement in CLA students becoming involved in different movements.
One of the workshops was around questions of consent and touch in the classroom. One was around microaggressions specifically around gender, sexuality, and race. And questioning hidden dynamics within a classroom setting. It was about if we can take 3 class times to expose our community to these injustices that some see, but a large majority don't, that then those inequities could be uncovered for all to understand. Once that inequity is seen, you then can't unsee it. Dance is an embodied practice. It is one that takes tons of courage and vulnerability to truly exist in, because you're literally putting your own body on the line. And if the students within the dance community are not feeling seen, heard, and recognized by the community that they are a part of, how can success occur? Everybody within the department has a hand in making the community equitable and just. And I'd say specifically for students on the margins of that community. That can't happen unless we all are participants in the work towards justice.
Choose the First is a collegiate chapter of a nonprofit on our campus. We fight and fundraise for the education of girls in low-income countries so they can be the first in their family to receive an education. That was the first leadership role I really got involved in. And that was really the role that kind of lit this fire in me that made me realize I really love creating these conversations and catalyzing these dialogues on campus to really affect change in the community and beyond. I'm also an advocate for the Aurora Center, and that was by far the most eye-opening and enriching experience I've had on this campus. Basically, I just go around the campus community and educate students and faculty on issues of gender-based violence and assault and safety, and that was really what led me to realize that I really want to dedicate the rest of my life to advocacy for women and other marginalized communities. It's the first group on campus that fosters a community for students of mixed race identity, whether you're biracial or a transracial adoptee. We really wanted to foster a space that is open and educating and connects people to each other. Something we really emphasized when we talked about creating that group was not having this hierarchical structure, because the emphasis of that group and what we were most passionate about was that interpersonal connection, that talking about your identity and that shared sense of community. And we realized you couldn't really get that dynamic with someone standing behind a podium at the front of a classroom or at the beginning of a student group meeting. We wanted it to feel like the group belonged to everyone equally. Now, after 8 semesters of just incredible experiences and opportunities on this campus and meeting so many incredible people, I realized that being a leader is being able to see others and being able to listen to others and see their value and what they can bring to the table as opposed to you being seen. And I found the most effective leadership in my experience has been when you're kind of steering from the back and not standing at the front.
I define leadership as being able to make hard decisions. Usually I think stepping into a leadership role is a hard decision to make because there is always a trade-off between what you could be doing, investing in just yourself and investing in other people. Because part of being a leader is giving up something. It's a part of finding who you are and growing as a person. I think that if I talked to myself from a year ago, I'm not sure if I would recognize myself just because I've grown in different ways that I couldn't predict.
For me, leadership is about creating and sustaining an interconnection of relationships, intentionally listening to and centering how people are feeling and what people are needing over time, and then operating from that place with a sense of urgency. For me, urgency is about actively moving toward a more just community every moment of every day. So that can exist in small and large ways, from calling out racist actions in your classroom to publicly protesting the violences against queer and trans people on campus. In my opinion, those are both acts of leading and reaching toward justice.
Being a leader is seeing a need for something in your community and having the motivation and the courage to create a group or catalyze a conversation that isn't happening. It's seeing a disparity somewhere and wanting to make something great out of that.